Good morning, students. Today, in the class 7 English grammar class, we are going to start another part of sentence which is known as kinds of sentences. Previous class, we have read about the parts of sentences which contains a subject and a predicate. Now, today we are learning about kinds of sentences. Now, sentences are of four types: assertive sentence or declarative sentence, then is imperative sentence, next is interrogative sentence, and the fourth one is exclamatory sentence. So, whenever we are talking about kinds of sentences, sentences are of four types. Number one is assertive or declarative sentence. Number two is imperative sentence. Number three is interrogative sentence. Number four is exclamatory sentence. So, these are the four types of sentences that we have: assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, and exclamatory sentence. Now, let us come to the sentences one by one in our book. First one is assertive sentence. What does an assertive sentence does? An assertive sentence or declarative sentence says or states something. It can be affirmative or negative, and it is always followed by a full stop. So, these are the basic characteristics of assertive sentence, and this sentence, it is said, convey a fact or make a statement. So, examples: he felt sad for his friend, this is affirmative, he did not argue with her. So, let us understand what is an assertive sentence. So, we have found two examples: he felt sad for his friend and he did not argue with her. So, we need to know what is the definition of an assertive sentence. Yes. Number one is assertive. Assertive sentence or declarative sentence. Assertive means assertion, means saying something perfectly or stating something. Declarative comes from declaration, means when I state something. So, the definition can go like this: the sentence which is used to assert something or state something is known as an assertive or declarative sentence. So, the sentence which is used to assert something or state something is known as assertive sentence. So, or declarative sentence. They generally ends with a full stop, means this is full stop. For example, if we say Kolkata is a big city, so this is an assertive sentence. Why? Because this sentence states Kolkata to be a big city. Okay. So, as we know that assertive sentences are of two types. So, we will now write the two types of assertive sentence. Okay. What are those two types? First is affirmative or positive and second is negative sentence. Okay. So, what are assertive sentence? Sentence A, he felt sad for his friend, it is affirmative or affirmative or positive, and then there is negative sentence. So, assertive sentences are two types, affirmative or positive and negative. What are those? In the given example, A is affirmative since it is making a positive statement, while sentence B is negative since it is making a negative statement. So, let us come. Assertive sentences are of two types. First is positive, second is negative. Positive, or it is also known as affirmative. Second is negative. Okay. So, there are positive and there is negative. Positive because making a positive statement. Negative because making a negative statement. Yes. So, what are the examples? Examples we can say that the lion is sleeping, In negative we can say the lion is not sleeping. So, because it is positive is sleeping, we know it is positive. Because of presence of not, it is becoming a negative statement. So, all the negative sentences or statements have a no in it or not in it. Now, we are coming to our next part of sentence, which is known as imperative sentence. Sentences that gives order or instructions, make request or offer advice are called imperative sentence. Yes. So, sentences that gives orders or instructions, make request or offer or advice are called imperative sentence. For example, mother, please buy me a packet of potato chips. It is a request. Then don't eat potato chips. It is a command. Have some dry fruits. They are healthy. This is an advice or suggestion. So, all these sentences are imperative sentence. So, an imperative sentence is also followed by a full stop. So, yes, let us come to what we call as imperative sentence. So, the sentences that gives orders means go there, this is an order, or instructions, okay, carry the letter with you, make request means please close the door, or offer advice means take your medicines regularly. These are called imperative sentences. So, we write the examples that we said, orders. So, if I say go there, full stop, then instructions, you should carry the ladder, then this is an order, this is an instructions, request, please close the door, it is a request, then advice, you should take your medicines regularly. So, this is an advice. So these are imperative sentences, and all the imperative sentences are ending with a full stop. Our next part of sentences are interrogative sentence. Interrogative sentence means the sentence that are used to ask question are called interrogative sentence. Like any question, are you Mrs. Sharma? This is an interrogative. What are you looking for? This is an interrogative. Interrogative sentences are also two types, yes no question and WH questions. So in an interrogative sentence we place the auxiliary verb before the subject and we should put a question mark at the end of an interrogative sentence. So interrogative sentences are of two types, as we see. So in an yes no question, auxiliary verb comes first and subject, and in a WH question, question what comes from, then auxiliary verb and then subject. So what is the basic difference then in an interrogative sentence? So let's understand the interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentence, interrogation means to ask question. The sentences which are used to ask questions are called interrogative sentences. They are of two types. Number one is yes no, and number two is WH. Yes no means uses auxiliary verb before questions. WH means uses WH words before questions. For example, are you going today? Question mark. WH question, where are you going? So all the interrogative sentences ends with a question mark. Okay, all the interrogative sentences ends with a question mark. Okay, so this is interrogative. And then our last part of the sentence which we studied is our exclamatory sentence. So what is an exclamatory sentence? So exclamatory sentences helps us to communicate strong feelings of surprise, admiration, appreciation, wonder and shock. So the sentences which are used to express our strong feelings or emotions. The sentences which are used to express our strong feelings or emotions are known as exclamatory sentences. Every exclamatory sentence ends with an exclamation mark. Example: what a beautiful flower this is. I am using an exclamation mark at the end. So this is an exclamatory sentence which uses an exclamation mark, and I am expressing my strong feelings about the beauty of the flower. So this is how exclamatory sentences are. So in today's class we have actually learnt about the 4 types of sentences which are assertive or declarative sentence, and there are 2 parts of it: affirmative or positive and negative, then imperative sentence, okay, which are used to ask requests, commands. Interrogative sentence are used to ask questions which are of 2 types, WH and yes no questions, and exclamatory sentence which are used to express our strong feelings and ends with an exclamation mark. So students, this is our class about kinds of sentences, and we have completed this chapter. Okay. Now there are a few exercises in your assignment. All of you must complete that exercise. So thank you students for listening to this class.